Hi, welcome to Mindful Chatting. Can I confess something to you? I have spent an embarrassing amount of money on planners. Paper planners, digital planners, ADHD planners, academic planners, business planners, the color coded planners, the minimalist planners, even complicated planners. If there was a planner promising to change my life, there's a good chance I bought it. And every single time I thought, this is it. This is the planner that's finally going to make me organized. This is the planner that's finally going to help me stay consistent in my life. And for a little while, it probably worked until it just didn't. And eventually I stopped asking, what's the best planner? And I started asking, why does planning feel so much harder for me than it seems to be for everyone else? That question changed everything for me. And I'm going to unpack that for you today.
Welcome to Mindful Chatting, a podcast where therapy meets real life. I'm Kristen, a therapist, business owner, and a lifelong student of what it means to fully show up in our relationships, in our work, and in our healing. Here, we unpack mental health concepts, explore mindfulness tools, and talk through the messy, beautiful, in-between moments that shape us. Whether you're a fellow clinician, a curious listener, or someone navigating your own growth, this space is for you. Let's chat.
I want to talk about the advice that most people with ADHD, we've all heard it. Just use a planner, just make a routine for yourself. Just be more disciplined, or you just need to write it down, or just create some better habits for yourself. Yeah, that's all great, but the problem is that most of that advice assumes that your brain naturally does things that ADHD brains struggle with. Things like remembering and prioritizing and time estimation and task initiation and working memory. So when the advice doesn't work, well, we will blame ourselves. And this is why ADHD planning feels so different. Planning isn't just one skill. Planning requires your working memory, remembering what needs to happen. It requires your time awareness, which is understanding what needs to happen, your prioritization, which is knowing what's important in the moment, your initiation, which is actually starting the thing, your follow through, which is completing the thing. That's a lot of executive functioning skills we're talking about here. And ADHD directly impacts executive functioning. So planning isn't hard because you're lazy. Planning is hard because planning itself is an executive functioning task, which we all struggle with.
If you're listening to this and thinking, this is exactly what I struggle with, I want you to know that I built something specifically for you. The EF, or Executive Functioning Activation course, walks you through why task initiation feels so hard with your ADHD and how to actually get yourself moving without shame, pressure, or burnout. It's short, practical, and designed for ADHD brains, not productivity culture. If starting is your biggest barrier, this course gives you structure, language, and tools that actually work for you. You'll find the link in the show notes.
Here are 3 mistakes that I think most ADHD women make. Mistake 1, trying to keep everything in our head as if we think we have this magic Rolodex going on in our brain that should just remember absolutely everything at once. And then another mistake we have is using one tool that's for everything. We think that this one planner, this one system is just going to be perfect and it's going to make our lives absolutely easier. And the last mistake, well, planning for our ideal circumstances. We plan for what we think our ideal version of ourselves or our ideal week will be instead of planning for life, really. I want to talk about how I am going through a doctoral program. I have my own private practice. I'm a mom of 4. I'm also planning my practicum and my internships. I also do podcasting on the side and I make courses. That's a lot of different roles for one person. So here I am thinking, yeah, I just need this little planner that's going to be able to manage 7 roles in my life. Come on. I was delusional thinking that this one planner was going to be able to handle and carry it all. To be honest, I barely can carry it all. I had too many moving pieces for just one planner. The issue wasn't my effort and my ability to show up. The issue was the complexity of life. And if I'm sure anyone can relate that we have more than one role going on, and we expect one planner to manage all of those roles. The breakthrough that happened for me is when I stopped looking for one solution. Instead of looking for functions, I realized that I needed scheduling. Like, where do I need to be? What time do I need to show up? How long is it going to take me to drive there? Then I have tasks. What needs to happen when I actually show up to the thing? And I also need to think about time blocking. Like, when am I doing the thing that I'm supposed to be doing when I show up? And what's the last piece is reflection. What is working and what isn't? That became the full planning stack for me. And that's where this big resolution in my head, meaning that I had all of these things that I needed to attend to, and I was expecting one thing to be able to handle all three of these things or all four, along with my reflection to see how things were working. That is just too much for any tool to carry.
Okay, quick pause. Because you've ever found yourself rewinding this episode like 3 times because your brain just drifted, this is for you. I hear this all the time. I can focus, just not when I actually need to. And that's exactly what the focus course is about. Because here's the truth. ADHD isn't a lack of attention, it's a regulation issue, which is why some days you're locked in for hours and other days you're rereading the same sentence wondering what just happened. So inside my executive functioning focus course, I break this down in a way that actually makes sense for you. We go through how your attention works in your brain, your specific focus patterns, why you get distracted externally and internally, and how to actually build a system that helps you stay on track and come back when you drift. Because the goal isn't perfect focus, it's knowing how to return without spiraling. So if you're tired of blaming yourself and you just want something that actually works with your brain, I'll link the focus course in the show notes. All right, let's get back to this episode.
This is why I created a course. I didn't create this course because I love planners. Trust me, I love planners. I created it because I was tired. I was tired of starting over and feeling behind and buying another planner and then blaming myself, wondering why everyone else seemed to have all of it figured out. And I realized that other ADHD women were having the exact same experience as me. And so, what is this course and who is it for? This course is for the woman who feels overwhelmed, the woman who's constantly restarting her life every week, the woman juggling work, family, life, goals, and maybe her ADHD. And this is a woman who feels capable, but just really inconsistent with what's going on. The woman who knows what to do, but struggles to do it consistently. Trust me, girl, I'm right there with you. You'll learn in this course the planning stack framework that I was talking about. You're also going to learn about effort matching, low capacity planning, task management, time blocking, your reset protocol, and a lot about a reflection system about your system. If you've listened to anything this month on this podcast and thought, finally, somebody understands why planning feels so hard, I built this course for you. This is for you. The link is in the show notes. You don't need another planner. You don't need another productivity hack. You don't need another fresh start. You need a system that understands your brain. And once you stop trying to force yourself into somebody else's system, everything starts to feel a whole lot lighter for you. I want to thank you for joining me. And as always, be gentle with your mind.
One more thing before you go, and this helps me personally, staying present and grounded, which we all need, especially when your brain wants to spiral into disconnection. Me too. It's Brain FM. It's musically designed to help ADHD brains, well, really anyone's brain, focus, relax, or sleep, and I use it almost daily. If you want to try it, I've dropped my link in the show notes. And if you're looking for planning tools or ADHD-friendly resources, I'll keep a list of my favorite links in every episode.